Thanks a lot for checking out another episode of our series, You Gotta Hear This. Coming up in this episode of You Gotta Hear This, we travel to Cantonment, Florida to visit with agents and scientists from NOAA's National Sea Grant Program.
The National Sea Grant Program is actually under NOAA. It was created in the 1960s, about 50 years after Extension was created. And the purpose was to kind of model what Extension was doing with agriculture for the fishing community.
And we'll learn about the Great Scallop Search coming up in July and why it's so important.
So the scallops were more abundant, in the early part of the 20th century, certainly in the 19th century. And around the 1960s, I grew up here. This is my home. And it was late 60s, early 70s, they just disappeared. They're just gone.
We have a bunch of predators in our water. Blue crabs. Blue crabs love a scallop. Cow-nose rays, they love scallops. We are starting to see an increase in the cow-nose ray population.
That's all coming your way next on You Gotta Hear This.
Yep, mornings are tough. Really tough.
Welcome to Brewster's. Coffee. Some coffee.
Some days, all you need is a little jump start. You want to kickstart your morning? Brewster's Coffee. It'll get you going.
Coming up in this episode of You Gotta Hear This, we travel to Cantonment, Florida to visit with agents and scientists from NOAA's National Sea Grant Program.
All right, we're good.
And we'll go on a deep dive into the Sea Grant Scallop Search to find out why the collected data is critical to sustaining healthy spawning areas for the scallops.
Their spat settles out, instead of on each other like oysters, it settles on seagrass. So if the grass habitat's not there, then of course it can't support the scallops. And you need quite a few. They're mass spawners. All the male and female will release the gametes at the same time, and if you don't have enough scallops in the system, it just isn't going to be effective. It's not going to work.
But first, we'll learn how you can join the Great Scallop Search starting July 12th.
The Great Scallop Search, we do it every year, 3 to 4 weeks out of the July. The reason why we don't do it at one time is because if we decided to do it on a Saturday, we would probably have a hurricane or a thunderstorm that day.
Wait, we'd have hurricanes here? No.
We do. It's a rare phenomenon, but it happens, especially when we're trying to do an event. And so that's why we do it 3 weeks. This gives us enough time just in case if there's some storms.
We met up with Rick O'Connor and Thomas Derbes at the University of Florida Extension Office off Stefani Road in Cantonment to find out more about the good work they do for the National Sea Grant Program and the Great Scallop Search coming up July 12th to August 1st.
So under Fish and Wildlife, one of the things we do is we train citizen science to go out and monitor the fish and wildlife status in your bay.
All right, folks, time in 0500. Scallop counts. How many scallops did you find?
1.
You found 1. How many did you find? 0. Okay.
One thing I will add is that a lot of people, when they go out, get zeros. It's not a bad thing. Zeros are always good data. So.
And the height of that one?
10 millimeters.
10. Okay, 10 millimeters. And seagrass species. You found all 3?
All 3, yep.
Yeah.
Actually,
Both of you? Okay.
Yeah.
Percent coverage for the seagrass. Was it 100%, 50%, or less than 5?
100.
Horseshoe crabs?
No.
Any other wildlife, any predators like conchs, blue crab?
Conchs and a blue crab.
You saw conchs and blue crab, okay. Okay, thanks guys.
So how many people are registered right now? Because you're looking for volunteers for this scallop search.
Yeah, right now, we're early on. I start registering folks in May, so I would say at the moment, because each one, you got to have a team of 3. And so what you'll do is you'll lay down a transect line, and you'll have 2 snorkelers go on each side of the line, and one's a note taker. But you got to do the line 4 times so that you can rotate. You don't have to be the note taker every single time. But for it to be really effective, you really need at least 3, but sometimes we get more. We've already had a Boy Scout troop sign up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so one day I'm just going to dedicate one day to them.
Right.
We typically get close to 100 volunteers for the month. And they actually get data on the seagrass as well while they're there.
How is the seagrass looking now? Is it looking better?
Better.
Okay.
Yeah, compared to what it was
and
a couple of decades ago, it's definitely better.
And that's also adding to the betterment for the scallops.
We think, yes, they're there. 2024, I think we had 188. Now last year it dropped again. We'll see what happens this year. The turtle grass, the lassie, is the one that the scallops really like.
All right, on the data sheet, there's a place where you'll circle which of the 3 different species of seagrasses there are, and then the second question is what % coverage was there? The 3 different species, this one is called turtle grass. The blade is much wider, it's wider than 5 centimeters, or millimeters rather. This is actually the one the scallops really prefer. This is another one, it's called shoal grass. As you can see, it is flat like this one. And then the last one, it's kind of thin like the shoal grass, but it's a cylinder, it's not flat. And that one's manatee grass. As far as focusing on this project, the other issue for the scallops to come back is how many of the predators are out there. So conchs will feed on them, whelks will feed on them, blue crabs, and even rays. So if they see rays, we ask them to report that.
Scallops are tasty, so there's a lot of stuff out there that wants to get at them. And then of course, humans as well, poaching. That's one of our biggest issues too, unfortunately.
Coming up in this episode of You Gotta Hear This with Rick and Thomas, we'll provide you contact information so you can join up for the Great Scallop Search, and we'll give you the lowdown on where the scallop harvesting stands at the moment, and it's not real pretty, honestly. Are there certain scallops that you shouldn't grab if you want to go scalloping?
FWC kind of, there's a measurement that they use, and this is where our data goes to show them.
That's all coming your way next on You Gotta Hear This.
Yep, mornings are tough. Really tough.
Welcome to Brewster's. Coffee. Some coffee.
Some days, all you need is a little jump start. You want to kickstart your morning? Brewster's Coffee. It'll get you going.
This is an apple. It's not a real apple. We created it in a 3D program. We modeled the apple, applied an apple skin texture to it, and created this apple. We know you wanted to watch surfing, but this is an apple. Pipeline TV. No bad apples, just good surfing.
And we're back at the UF Extension Office with Rick O'Connor, the Escambia County Sea Grant agent, to find out if or when there will be a scallop harvest in the future.
If the number of scallops within those 4 lines that they did is between 0 and 10, it's considered a collapsed population. No harvest. They just shut it down. And we've been collapsed for decades. If it gets between 10 and 20, it's considered vulnerable. And in 2024, Big Lagoon raised up to vulnerable, and that's why I said everybody was kind of excited. Everybody wanted to know, is it coming? Is scallop season coming? Well, you got to get above 20 per 200 to be considered stable. my hunch is we're going to have to be stable for several years in a row before they say, all right, go. So I'm not anticipating a recreational harvest here for anytime soon.
Water quality makes a huge difference for our local shellfish, and while oysters, which are also trying to make a comeback, prefer it less salty and with less seagrass, scallops prefer the exact opposite, more salinity and plenty of seagrass.
However, we like to eat a salty oyster, but oysters don't have food in salty water. So their food has not become widely available as it used to be. So Apalachicola used to hang out about 15 parts per thousand. The salinity has risen up to anywhere between 20 to 25 parts per thousand average. And that limits the ability of the phytoplankton to grow for the oysters to eat. So
That's got to be hard for you guys, because, you know, on one hand you're sitting here trying to get scallops going who want the salinity, but you also want to get the oysters going who don't want the salinity. I mean, what is...
It's a balancing act. The good thing I can say is that where you usually see the scallops, you don't see oysters in abundance. Scallops have been popping up in our oyster cages up off of Garcon Point, so we've had little baby scallops pop up in our cages.
Wow.
So hopefully that is a good indication for a good scallop search year. So
What can people do to help Sea Grant, Florida?
Well, call us when you need us. That's number one. You can go to the state website and find the agents for all the different counties. You can certainly help us volunteer if you want to do that. Yeah, so we got the scallop search we talked about. We also do monitoring for diamondback terrapin, so it's a small turtle. We also do monitoring for horseshoe crabs. It's one of those things, that's we're using these animals as a gauge to see how the health of the bay is, and it seems to be getting better.
So we're going upwards.
We're going
now.
upwards, yes.
That's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
You guys are great, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of You Gotta Hear This with Rick O'Connor and Thomas Derbes of the Florida Sea Grant programs for Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. Feel free to contact any of the local Sea Grant offices near you using the phone numbers provided, or you can go to flcgrant.org for more information. Thanks so much for watching You Gotta Hear This. Brought to you by Pipeline TV and Element Media Content Creation. Have a good day.